In news overseas, opening arguments in the impeachment trial of U.S. President Donald Trump begins this week in the Republican-controlled Senate. Democrats from the House of Representatives will present their case against the president, with the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court presiding. VOA's Arash Arabasadi reports.
Impeachment rules. Will all senators now stand or remain standing and raise their right hand?
Thursday, on the floor of the Senate, the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, John Roberts, made history by swearing in the women and men who will serve as jurors in the impeachment trial of President Trump. Senators swear an oath of impartiality, but the Republican leader of the Senate has previously said he is working hand in hand with the White House.
Imagine that you're a juror and the judge comes into the courtroom and says, look, I've been in consultation with the defendant and we've agreed that I'm not going to allow the prosecution to call any witnesses and I'm not going to allow the prosecution to show you any documents. No juror has ever heard that kind of a thing from a judge because it would be absurd.
The president this week again said he did nothing wrong in a July phone call with Ukraine's president, in which Trump asks for investigation into a political rival. At the time, Trump was withholding $400 million in congressionally approved military aid. The Trump defense team argues impeachment should never have happened, as the aid was eventually released with no announcement of an investigation.
When you have somebody who, for example, is indicted for a crime, let's assume you have a lot of evidence, but the grand jury simply indicts for something that's not a crime, and that's what happened here. You have a lot of evidence, disputed evidence, can go both ways, but the vote was to impeach on abuse of power, which is not within the constitutional criteria for impeachment.
Democrats want to call witnesses in the Senate trial following recent developments since the House filed articles of impeachment. But Republicans say no, blaming Democrats for rushing through the process.